Hey guys, so today I will be talking about my awkward celebrity experiences. Because let's be honest, no. So, I haven't met a lot of celebrities because I'm that lucky person who always misses the celebrity by like an hour or something. Because amazing luck right here. So I haven't met a lot. And surprisingly, there are some experiences that are awkward, surprisingly, but I'm just to name a few. Let's just get started. I apologize for my awkwardness. Okay, let's get started. First, okay, this one isn't, this one's pretty awkward. Okay, it was Nick DeMora, and it was, at the Believe tour on August 8th, 2013, and it was pretty awkward because, okay, so I was completely not ready or anything. I even wrote him a note. I wrote him, a little note, because just in case I met him, because he's an inspiration to me. He's basically like an idol to me. I don't know if you can consider him an idol, but he's a huge, humongous inspiration to me. He's a huge inspiration to me. And so I wrote him a note, but I didn't get to give it to him because I had no clue this was ever going to happen. And so we go to Hooters. Me and my dad were going to Hooters to eat before the concert. And we go, and all of a sudden I see Nick DeMora. I was in mid-sentence. Honestly, I was talking to my dad, and I was in mid-sentence, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. That's Nick DeMora. And so I go over to him, and I had my iPod in my front pocket, my phone in my back pocket, and neither of them were, on the application, camera. Neither of them was, set to camera. I would have to, unlock my phone, I would have to turn it on, unlock my phone, and then go to camera, and my phone is really slow. So I was not about to do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. He's waiting for me to do something, because I always freak out when I see celebrities, and then I, feel really rushed. I rush myself, and because I feel like I'm annoying them, and I feel like I'm, I don't know, I feel like they have something better to do. And so I, rush through it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, really, really quick, because they probably, annoying them right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Don't know. And so my dad's like, oh, okay, I have a camera right here, because he had, my, big white camera. So he's like, okay. So we pose for a picture, and my face in this picture, alright. Okay, the sun is in my eyes, and it's Nick DeMora, so I was, kind of freaking out. But oh my gosh. And I'm, slouching. And I don't know why, but I didn't put my arm around him, so that's, oh my gosh. Alright, and, he's just being his perfect little self, but I'm over here oh my god, I look really fat in it. But, that's the picture. I don't know if you can see it. But I look so bad. It's not even funny. I look really, really bad. And so that happened, and I didn't realize my picture was so bad until after the fact, obviously. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can never take, a good picture with a celebrity. Never. I don't know if you would consider Nick DeMora a celebrity, but you know what? He's well known, so I'm gonna consider it in this little thing. So that happened, and then I was not about to leave and not tell him he inspired me to dance. I was not about to do that. And so I turn around, and he's about to leave, and I'm like, you inspired me to dance. And he's like, oh, keep dancing. And he told me to keep dancing, which that was a plus to the day, because that was on point. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out inside. And he gave me, okay, this is the awkward part. So he was going to give me a high five, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't slap when it comes to high fives. I not randomly. I awkwardly come up and go, like touch his hand. I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? But I don't like go, ooh, yeah, high five. I go like, so it's like really weird. And so like, you know how guys always go like high five and then like they do that bro shake or whatever, like I don't even know. But he wanted to do that and I don't know how to do that. I don't do that. And so like it was kind of like, and then we kind of pulled away. So I'm like, oh gosh, that was so weird. Oh my gosh. So that happened, and that was pretty awkward. And I didn't really think about it. Like, well, other than the handshake. The handshake was obviously, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so awkward. Why did I have to do that? But I didn't think about anything else until, like, after the fact. I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I doing? What was I doing? So that happened. Next experience, I'm going to try to go through this fast, but I don't know. But next thing is, okay, this entire day was kind of awkward. So we're going to, okay, so let's just get started. I was going over my friend Rachel's house, and it was supposed to be the day we were seeing Austin, but he postponed the tour. So I was just going to go and spend the night over at her house, because that was like the plan. Is it even in focus? Is this even in focus? Okay. That was the plan to begin with, was we were going to go to the concert, and then I was going to sleep over at her house after the concert. But since the whole concert thingy wasn't working out, I was just going to sleep over at her house, because it was literally like a month since I last saw her. So, I went over, and we were just going to go to the movie, but we couldn't find a theater, that was, like, playing the movie we wanted to go see, and if you wanted to know, we went to go see Gravity. And so we went to the movie theater, like, that's in downtown St. Pete, which I did not know this at the moment when we were picking the theater, but I did not know this, but it was literally a minute from Janice Live, which is where Austin was supposed to be performing. So we go to the movie Gravity, and then, like, I thought, you know, we're in downtown St. Pete, and concert venues are normally in downtown cities. So I told her to look up where Janice Live was, and I did not know a concert was going to be going on that day, but there was, and it was actually Austin's openers that were supposed to be opening for the concert that he was performing that exact night. They were having their own little, like, free show, and it was free, so, you know, that worked out. And so we're like, oh my gosh, we have to go to this, like, it's only a minute away. And so, like, as we're, like, waiting for her mom to come pick us up, we just start walking. We're just like, alright, let's find this place, we're just gonna walk down the street. So, like, we walked down and we turned right, and it was, like, right there. And the awkward part about this is that we were both wearing Justin shirts. And it was a concert, like a benefit concert for Austin, for him to get better. So that was pretty awkward. Like, we come in there, like, wearing Justin shirts, and it's, like, kind of for Austin. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I promise, I'm a Mahomie. I'm a believer and I'm a homie. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't even know what was going. Oh my gosh, it's just stressful. Really stressful. And, yeah, that's pretty much the awkwardness that happened. But yeah, like, everyone was, like, looking at us weird. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm done. Boom. Yeah, that was pretty much the awkwardness. That's, not really a celebrity experience. I mean, I did meet Alex Angelo, which he is my favorite DJ. I saw him at Jingle Ball in 2012. Yeah. He's my favorite DJ, and he's an amazing dancer, and he actually sings now. So, that's perfect. And I met him for the first time, and I also met Cheyenne something. It was like Cheyenne something, I don't know. It was one of the people that were there. So I met both of them. And, yeah. Next, like, awkward experience is, it was on December 18th, 2013, which is just like a little bit more than a month ago. This happened. I went to Jingle Ball, and if you saw my Austin Home concert experience, you know what happened. But you didn't really hear about the awkward part. So, me and my dad were walking down to get a shirt. All of a sudden, I see Alex Constancio, which, if you do not know who that is, it's Austin's best friend. And I started freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever seen him in person. I'm like, oh my goodness, he's an angel. Yeah. And so he's like eating food. And so I go up to him and I'm like, Alex, can I get a picture with you? And so he like takes his food and like puts it, like gives it to this other guy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is, I just made this like, oh my gosh, I'm probably like annoying him right now. So yeah, that was pretty much the awkwardness, is that like he had food and he had to like hand it to him, and then like he got it back, and then I'm like, I just remembered like, oh, I want a hug from him. And so like he handed it back and I gave him a hug, and then he got it back. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making this so difficult for him. I apologize, I'm gonna leave. I'm done. So that was pretty much the awkward part of that. Next is, it was the same day, and Austin was coming on, and I think it was when he was singing Let Me Love You. I went like this with my hands, and I didn't think he would be able to see me, so I don't know why I was going like that. I was just trying it just in case, you know, gotta try it out. And so he points at me, and I was completely caught off guard. I was in shock of seeing him, plus being caught off guard that he actually pointed at me, that I didn't even scream. And he's like looking at me like, is this girl gonna scream? And then like literally like 30 or 40 seconds after it happened, I start screaming. I'm like, well, what am I doing? Yeah. So that was the awkward part. He pointed at me twice. The second time, I wasn't really caught off guard, so I screamed during that part, so yeah. Next, okay, this is the most, oh my gosh, this is the most awkward. I hate this. I hate my picture with him. Oh my gosh, okay. So, on January 11th, 2014, which was almost a month ago, almost a month ago, okay, so I went to Winter Jam, and it's like a Christian concert with 10 bands, and so Colton Dixon was there, and if you do not know who he is, he was on American Idol, and he's literally perfect, like, literally perfect. And so, I heard that he's gonna be there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And so, I got to meet him, which is amazing. I got to meet him, so I'm in line to meet him, and, you know, like, I'm thinking of, like, things to say, but of course, when you actually meet the person, you're never gonna say those things. You're never gonna do it. It's just not how it works out. And so, I get up to, like, meet him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so perfect. I'm like, hi, can you sign my bag? And he actually signed my bag. Let me get it. It's like right here. Alright. So it's like right there. Right there. I just pointed to it, just so you know what it is, because you can't like read it because it's a signature. And so he signed my bag, and then I'm like, he hands it back, and I'm like, can I get a picture with you? And my dad's, like, over here gonna, like, take a picture, and, like, he has my phone. He's gonna take a picture, which I didn't know he already took a picture. And so I'm like, can you take a picture with me? And he's, like, I put my arm around him, like, getting ready to, because I knew he was gonna say yes. I mean, like, why would you say no? But then he's like, oh, no, sorry, this is only a signing, like, we can't do pictures, and I'm like, oh. And I just walked away, like, I didn't even say bye or anything. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why? Like, he probably thinks I, like, hate him or something. Like, I don't, see, this is the things that run through my mind. I don't know what's wrong with me, and this is how my picture turned out, because my dad just snapped a random picture because it literally lasted not even 10 seconds. And this is my picture with him, and I hate it so much. Like, oh my gosh, I hate it so much. Alright, get ready to laugh, okay? Like, it makes me so depressed. Like, look at my face. Like, do you see my face right there? Like, it's not okay. It's not okay. And then his face, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, and I'm not even looking. You can't really tell, but I'm not even, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm like biting my lip, and it's like blurry. I'm like looking, I'm like, no. And then he's like, oh my gosh. Worst picture I've ever taken with a celebrity. I've never taken that bad of a picture with a celebrity. And, of course, one of the most perfect people ever. My picture turns out horrible, so that's fabulous. So those are all the awkward celebrity experiences that I've had, because I have no luck, like I said at the beginning of the video, and I've never met one of my idols before. Never. Nope. Yeah. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry it's really, really long, and I'm sorry if I, like, exaggerate too much and I come off as trying to be funny, but I'm not. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. And, okay, so, oh my gosh. I will talk to you guys later, and yeah, peace.